Well, hello electronics geeks, Mike here. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another episode about PLCs. Now, I know after that first episode came out, people were saying, oh yeah, I would love to see an entry-level, step-by-step guide to PLCs, and I promise we'll get there. There will be some entry-level stuff, some low-level programming and whatnot, but today I need to do a job. And we're going to jump right straight into the deep end with this video. I need to get the program off of this PLC right here so that we can replace it with another one. And that's what this video is going to be about. Figuring out how to do that and showing you how to do it in case you have to do it. Alright? But like I said, there will be simpler stuff in the future. But let's get right into this. I've got a job I need to do. We're in the process of modifying this big piece of industrial machinery. I can't really show you too much of it because of, because of NDAs. Alright, I can't really show you too much of it. But we can talk a little bit about the PLC work I need to do here. This machine, we're making some modifications to it, so I need to download the program off the PLC so it can be modified. In fact, we may decide that we need to upgrade to a newer, more modern PLC that can do some data logging with a server. So we may replace this one with a more modern PLC. So I need to connect to it. This is an older style. It has an RS-232 port here with a proprietary connector so that we can download the program from it. Now, if you've never done this, I'll show you how it's done. Okay? First off, you need the special cable to plug in there. Alright? But that's fairly available. There'll be some links in the description of this video to where you can buy the cables you needed. And I'll show you what the cable looks like. Yeah, we're going to replace that MicroLogix1000 with an L16ER. That's the plan. This doesn't have enough inputs, so we're going to have an auxiliary input block, which is going to sit on a carrier with connector blocks for the wires coming in. So we're going to upgrade to this, and this has a lot of functions that the other doesn't, including Ethernet connectivity. So this can actually send reports to a server, and they can log all kinds of stuff about the machine. They can log, cycle time, operator efficiency, any problems that crop up with the machine, any maintenance issues. That can all be logged. You can't do that now with the existing PLC, so that's the reason they want to upgrade. Plus, we're adding some new functionality to the machine that it didn't have before, and we just need a better PLC that can handle what we need the machine to do. So you're actually going to need two cables. You're going to need this cable with the proprietary connector on it that comes out to a regular serial port connector, and then you're going to need a USB to RS-232 serial port converter. And you're going to plug these two together. And you're going to need a computer. Got my trusty rusty old Dell here. Running Windows 11. Shh, don't tell Microsoft. It's not supposed to be on Windows 11, but I kind of forced the issue and it works just fine. And if you just Google how to get the program out of one of these PLCs, Google's AI will give you a perfectly good procedure for doing it that actually works. First, you have to download the software you need. Alright? You need to go to Allen Bradley, or Rockwell in this case, they bought Allen Bradley, and download a couple of pieces of software. You need RS Links Classic and RS Logix Micro, and there'll be links in the video description to that too. Okay, but Rockwell's going to make you jump through a whole lot of hoops to download this software, and I'll put a link to a video to a website that describes really well how to get this done, because you got to jump through a lot of hoops on their website. They don't want you to have this free software. They want you to buy their expensive stuff. All right. So, but once you've got these two pieces of software, you're golden right here. So let me show you how to hook things up. Alright, so I've got that end of the proprietary cable plugged into the PLC. The other end plugged into the RS-232 to USB converter, and the USB converter plugged into my laptop. We're going to start up RS Links Classic here. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is we need to launch RS Links Classic. And then we need to go find our PLC. Now you need to configure a driver first, and I have already done this, but if you haven't done it, you just click on the available driver types and you select a USB driver for RS-232 right there. That's what you want, and then you put in the COM port that's been assigned to it. Alright, I've already done that, so we're not going to do that. There's also a configuration screen. I would recommend using the auto configure, so we're just going to cancel out of this. I'm not going to do it because I've already got it set up. The auto configure set everything up just right so I could talk to the PLC. So if we go down here, we're all hooked up, and we can see there's the MicroLogix1000 PLC over there that I want to talk to. It's called transfer. So that's great. It's showing up in the menu here, so that means we have communication established. So now that means we can go fire up the other program that we need. Down here, find it again. We want the RS Logix Micro Lite. So we fire that up. And now we can talk to the PLC. We can get the system out of it. System comms, there it is. It's showing up. That's great. Then we want to hit the upload. You would think download, but we actually want to hit the upload button. And then we're going to go with create new file. And we're uploading the processor image from the PLC. All the programs, subroutines, and whatnot. We don't want to go online at this point. No. So there we go. There is the program right there. I've managed to recover it from the PLC. So now it can be modified rather than having to start over from scratch, which I think is going to make life a whole lot easier. It's a complicated little program. It's got a lot of subroutines in here, and there's all kinds of stuff. And I am not a PLC maven by any stretch of the imagination. I'm working with some engineers who are, and they're going to help a whole lot with modifying this program. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to send it to them so that they can work on it with me. All right. There we go. Job done. And if you guys found this video at all interesting, educational, entertaining, informative, inspirational, whatever, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching this one. Bye.